Welcome to the show. I'm Jen. I know I always say I have a special guest, but today I actually have an extra special guest. Mark Asher, he's looking around. Mark Asher, partner with Southwest Wealth Strategies and radio host, and very long-time friend. I did the math. I know sometimes we'll do the math amongst each other to figure out how long it's been. Do you know?
31, 32.
32
days.
years.
Oh, years.
Yes. Which is really odd because we're 35.
Right.
So we were
weird.
3. No. We were 15 and we were in high school. We were freshmen and knew each other all through high school.
Yep.
And then senior year, I felt bad because he was kind of an outcast. And so it was an opportunity to be kind to others. And I asked Mark if he wanted to go to prom with me so he'd have an opportunity to go to prom.
I think it's unbelievable that you finally have admitted to asking me to go to prom, because for years she tried to act like it was me. But yes.
Well, I took the opportunity to make $20 from my friends.
Hey, I will say, I mean, ever since I went to that prom with you, everyone wanted to talk to me. So thank you for making my life complete.
Well, as senior most talkative
Yes.
in high school, I was doing you a favor.
You did, and you were most talkative, and still are now with Jen. So I love that we've come full circle. But no, we've known each other a long time. I've watched you grow.
No, the truth is he asked me to prom.
Nope, that's not true.
Get out of the way.
See, this is your show, and you're in full control. I've had you on my show before where I was in full control, and I did not do this to you. But no, we've known each other for a long time. I've watched you grow, individually, personally, as a businesswoman. I've always been very proud, and I'm glad that we still have this friendship.
Oh yeah, it's unique.
It is.
To have longtime friendships that are not acquaintances, that are actually genuinely friends. So I do feel blessed to have that with you. So that being said, I would love for you to share your journey, and that's why you are here today to share the successes that you've built, any of the challenges that you've had along that way, but really starting out with the way a lot of people got to know you in the community. So what is that journey and where did it lead you?
It's crazy. I did radio in college, and actually, if we go back to Central High School, I did the announcements during third period or whatever. And I remember a few teachers were like, "Oh, you have a really nice voice. You should do broadcasting." And when I was going into college, I had no idea what I wanted to do. But I was a sports junkie, played sports, loved sports, and so I got there and I was a DJ, and then I, on a radio station doing music, and then the sports guy met him, and next thing I know, I'm hosting a talk show. I'm 19 years old in Flagstaff at a real radio station going, what am I doing, And anyway, I end up in Arizona when I graduated in Phoenix. I take a job. My first shift was midnight to 8 a.m., not on the air, Saturday night. And I said, wow, that's not what I thought I was signing up for. So I just kind of nose to the grind and worked my way up. I became an update guy during the Jim Rome show, right in Jim Rome's peak. Then I was an ASU football insider. I traveled with the team. I was the sideline reporter. Did that for a couple seasons. Got to go to bowl games. It was a lot of fun. And then I got the opportunity to try out with John Gambadoro because he was looking for a new co-host. And he was trying all these people. And at the end of the day, he told the station that I want to work with this guy. And at the time, I was 24 years old. I ended up being the youngest talk show host in the country at the time. In a major market, and so the Gambo and Ash show was born, and we did that show for 13 years. It was the top rated, first time a sports show had ever been rated #1 in the market among all radio stations, which is unique because we were AM radio. You weren't supposed to be able to do that. And we did it, and we had great success, and it was a lot of fun. I got to meet the people and the players and the relationships we built, and at the time, it was the longest running sports talk show. It's been passed, I think, by now, but it was great. And, I like to say I think it was the most popular sports show in the history of Arizona sports shows.
Yeah.
And I was blessed to be able to do it. In 2011, that journey ended. And I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but at the time, I was 37 years old, and I thought if I'm ever going to reinvent myself, now's a really good time to do so, because I didn't want to do radio or television anymore. I did some TV as well with Fox Sports Arizona, and you're just hired to be fired. And I know that sounds cliche, but it's really true. And someone is going to come in one day and say, your time is up. And it happened to me, and I didn't do anything wrong. I maybe made too much money. And then, and you're just sitting there, you're helpless. You did nothing wrong. And so I said, I don't want to do this another 10 years and then get fired at 47, which I am now, and now go, oh God, what do I do now? And so I just, I got an offer from one of my best friends who happened to be my financial advisor, John Arnold. And he said, I know what we're doing next. I said, what's that? And he said, we're going to open a wealth management firm together. And I hung up on him. And he called me back. He said, you hang up on me? I said, I did. And he goes, why? I go, because you're talking stupid. Like, I don't know anything about this. This is why I pay you. And he gave me some, he's like, it's not what you know, it's who you know. I'll teach you. We did it. I finished number 1 in the country my first year, or number 9 in the country my first year.
Well, and just to back up and give you some credibility, I mean, you studied, you
Oh, yeah.
took tests,
Yeah.
you did a lot. You didn't just start
No,
a
you don't
business.
just get to say I'm a financial
Right.
professional.
I mean,
you have to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, you actually put a lot of effort into
did.
educating yourself.
Yeah, educated, and then we started the firm, and we've built it out. We now have about 15 advisors. We have offices in San Diego, Bozeman, Montana, Albuquerque, and of course, home base, Las Vegas, and then home base in Scottsdale. So it's been very rewarding. I own it. No one's going to pull me into their office one day and tell me my time is up. And I joke with people a lot of times, you know, they say, do you miss radio? I used to do the afternoon drive. And I tell people, look, I used to help you get home, right? Like you were driving home, rough day at work. I helped you get home, take your mind off, whatever. Well, now I'm helping people get home, but home is retirement, right? And so I still am doing the same thing. I still use my personality and, you know, just things that I am good at, communication,
Connecting,
honesty,
engaging,
connecting,
listening,
yes.
yep.
And it's been amazing, so.
That's great. Now you have a precious family.
Thank
and we'll
you.
touch on that. So do you feel like that shift has also allowed you to maybe be more present with the family? I mean, you don't know because you didn't have 3 kids when you were doing radio, but
Yeah.
kind of hindsight, do you feel like this has allowed you to be around more with the family?
100%. I don't want to say anything, but I
Right.
don't miss much. Because my old show was, 2 to 6. I couldn't just be like, hey, Junior's got a, dance recital or a play or a football game or a baseball game. I got to go. You're on the air.
Right.
And now I base my schedule around my kids and my family and my wife. And if we have something going on, I'm there. And that's the beauty of it. It really is. And now my boys are older. They're all playing sports, very active, maybe too active, because my wife and I look at each other like, I guess our lives are over. It's
Yeah.
all about them now. But it's very rewarding and very fun to be able to be there.
So touching on that real quick, there's a lot of testosterone in your house.
Yep.
You've got 3 boys.
3 boys.
Ages?
Jackson's 14, Sawyer is almost 8, and Bo will be 5 in a couple weeks. So
And
yeah.
all of them are involved in some sort of activity or sport
Something,
or
yeah.
multiple
Yep.
sports.
Yep.
And
It's I always joke. I said Jackson's going to be my athlete or in sports of some. He's just a sports diehard, very talented baseball player. Sawyer has already told me he's going to Harvard. He's going to be a doctor. That's done. And my wife and I aren't sure if Bo is going to be a lawyer or need a lawyer.
Oh,
We're not.
okay.
We're not positive yet, but he's trending towards one of those.
I love that they each have a unique personality, it sounds like.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they do keep you on your toes.
100%.
So I need to ask, and I know obviously a lot about you, but let's share. What would you say is a guilty pleasure of yours, or even maybe an escape for you?
So guilty. I love to play golf. I'm not good, but I love to play golf. I do play poker every once in a while with a group of friends, and we have a really good time. But those are just me. My wife and I are big into. We'll get a show, and it's our show. So whatever it might be, a Big Brother stupid show, but I watch it.
Yeah. Not Bachelor in Paradise?
No,
'Cause
I don't know.
apparently I've got my husband on
I
that
have
one.
my limitations. We watch like shows like Alone, where they leave people on an island by themselves, and you got to fend. But we're not. She's not a movie person. I am. She's not. So we don't go movies. But yeah, we have our guilty pleasures, and we enjoy doing fun things that you can't do every day, but you know, very nice dinners every once in a while. Great night out every once in a while. We're so busy, but you got to take time
It
away.
gives you that balance.
For sure,
Too,
yeah.
that sanity check of stepping away from the day-to-day and having that connection too.
And sports is a guilty pleasure, but I don't get to watch as much sports as I used to. So,
Well,
and
now-
I don't have to either. That's the
Oh, that's
beauty
true.
of it. Yeah.
You're not needing to. So at the beginning, we talked about knowing you since you were 15. What would you tell your 15-year-old self today? It could be on any level. Is there anything you can think
really-
of that you would tell?
Two things come to mind. One, I would have told Kurt Warner not to throw the pass at the end of the first half in the Super Bowl, and you guys are going to win the Super Bowl. I would do that because I would have already known,
Yeah.
right? So I wouldn't have told myself that.
Is that against the
but
Steelers?
yeah, we don't like talking
Okay.
about it. But honestly, I know this is going to, but now the business I'm in, I would go back and tell my 15-year-old self, there's going to be a company that comes out that sells books online. Okay? It's called Amazon. Take everything you have in your account and put it in there.
I wonder
We
how-
wouldn't be sitting here
Yeah,
today if I had
know.
told my 15-year-old
You
self
would have forgotten
that.
about your friend.
I wouldn't have
from high
forgotten. I
school.
just would have been, you'd have to fly me in from my island, but that's okay.
Right? Hindsight's always 20/20.
Right.
So we talk about your sports experience and background. You're an Arizonan native.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Born and raised.
So the Cardinals, that's our team.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think this year? I mean, are we going to go to the Super Bowl? Can we make it happen? We've got some winnings under our belt. What do you think?
I think they're very talented this year. Maybe the most talented team as far as when you look at individual players. They have some of the best in the game. Kyler Murray's one of the best quarterbacks. DeAndre Hopkins, maybe the best wide receiver. Chandler Jones, maybe the best defensive end. J.J. Watt, really. So when you talk about individual, they got superstars. Can that mold and gel and last an entire season? If they stay healthy, they're a playoff team for sure. I don't know if I'm ready to say they're going to win the Super Bowl.
Okay.
I think they will be a playoff team, and if they're healthy at the right time and they're clicking, they're as dangerous as anybody, in my opinion.
Okay. Well, that sounds optimistic at least.
Of course.
Because I was really following, is Larry going to stay? Is Larry going to stay? And right now, Larry is not
He's not
part
anywhere
of the
right
team.
now. Yeah.
So, but you think we could do it without Larry? Larry's not crucial.
Oh, yeah. And I love Larry. I know Larry well.
Yeah, this is not a Larry thing, but we
No,
can still
but-
do some
Yeah,
great
they don't
things.
need Larry to be great.
Okay.
Larry's great. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
The greatest of all time as far as the Cardinals concerned. But they don't have to have Larry Fitzgerald to have success because Larry was slowing down. And that's
Yeah.
why Larry hasn't made his decision. He doesn't want to be out there, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The Larry I know doesn't want to be out there if he's not out there,
Yeah,
if you know what I mean.
absolutely, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so after the Super Bowl, we're going to have you back on the show.
Yep,
And we'll see what even just a playoff prediction Mark
Okay,
is making.
so what I'm going to do now is look into the camera, and then you'll cut this from the show. The Cardinals are winning the Super Bowl. Okay, don't air that on the real show, but
Okay,
then later we
got
have
it.
it in the archives.
in the can,
Just in
so
case.
when you throw it out there, and I'll say, Mark was right. Put all your money on the Cardinals.
The magic of television.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you, and we'll reflect in another 35 years that we have this phenomenal 70-year friendship. Yeah.
Okay, I'll be here.
We'll see where it goes. Thank you for watching Now with Jen. We'll see you next time.